Good morning and welcome to this week's video. Another week. I've come to a weekend off and weather conditions, it's just flat grey skies, so I've had to make the best of my day off, or days off. So I've come to a new location on the search of a waterfall. So I've come up to a place called Greyfield Wood near High Littleton, which is sort of just south of Bristol, really, between Bristol and Bath. So I'm going to head down through this wood. I've got the ordnance map on the phone to try and take me to what appears to be a bit of a waterfall after a bit of research in this area. So let's go. So hopefully it won't be all about just the waterfall. Hopefully, you know, we're in a woodland area. Hopefully I can find a few other shots as well as, obviously it is clear. So, but I'm sure looking around, I think there's going to be other shots to be had. So, yeah, looking good. Okay, here we are at the waterfall at Greyfriars Wood. I need to now hunt around, see if I can find some compositions. It's all a little bit difficult to access here, but there are some locations that I think that we can get some shots. So let's get ourselves set up, see what we can get. Okay, so for this first shot, down in the bottom at the base of the waterfall, shooting, I've got 24-70 on. The problem is, where I am at the moment, I'm actually a little bit low to be able to get the top fall in view as well as. So I'm going to need to try and get myself a bit of a higher vantage point, I think, to be able to get that top fall in properly, as well as you can see in the camera, you can just see it up on that top bit there, but I'd like to be able to see a little bit more of it in the frame. So probably going to need to just try and reposition somewhere that I can try and get them both in. Nice amount of water coming down. Not too much. I would imagine a few weeks back when we had all that rain, it was absolutely thundering down over, and it would have been I would imagine it would have been difficult to access. This area in the bottom here, I would imagine, would have been completely swamped. Looking at those stones there, it's been pushed out. But nice amount of water. So yeah, it's looking nice. We've got a bit of greenery, bit of moss around the side as well. Very pleasant scene. Just need to get a decent composition that I'm happy with, because this first shot is okay, but I think there's better to be had. Okay, so looking at this composition here, like I say, using that stone there in the foreground, and then the runoff coming down through. I've just literally got a polarizer on. I've got nothing else on because it's quite, the light isn't great, so I don't need any other filters on. Just got a polarizer filter on for that. I'm shooting at ISO 64, so it's nice and sharp. F9, giving me plenty of depth of field, although I am taking a couple different focus so I can focus stack, and shooting at 2.5 seconds, which seems about right for this sort of flow of water. It's not sort of blurring it out into a mush, but it's giving me a nice bit of movement. So okay, let's get a couple more shots. Okay, so I've clambered up the bank a little bit, teetering a little bit on a bit of a dodgy ledge, but I have got the height I needed to be able to get both these waterfalls. So turn you around. Okay, so there we are. I have that top fall coming down into a bit of a sort of pool, and then dropping down over on the bottom fall there. Yeah, quite impressive. Just show you if I can in the back of the camera. Trying to get a bit of glare. So there we are. That's the composition I've got. Got the back fall, dropping into second fall, and then I've got tilted the camera down a little bit to get some of the stones and that's in the bottom there as a bit of a foreground. Shooting at 2 seconds f7, ISO 64. I've had to close the aperture down a little bit, and then I've sort of upped the shutter speed. It was starting to blow out a little bit, so I wanted to lower the shutter speed to increase the shutter speed. So I've had to stop it blowing out. So I've also closed the f-stop down a little bit, as well as. So the as you can see on the exposure meter there on the side, the overall scene is quite underexposed, but the whites themselves are nicely exposed. So I've taken a couple of different shots, because obviously I had the ones at the higher exposure. So if I need to use them to pull a bit of detail out in those surrounding moss, I can, and then I'll blend in the higher shutter speed with the water so that that's not blown out. Okay, hopefully the final image looks okay. Here it is. Okay, so I've come up to just below the top waterfall. I'm shooting, I'm on 24mm, and I'm shooting it as wide as I can. Also have a slightly wider lens really, just struggling a little bit. But I'm shooting in portrait mode, picking up the fall itself, and then coming down into this bit of a pool at the bottom. So again, like I say, just the polarizer on. Shooting at now shooting at 1/3 of a second f11, ISO 64, just to get a bit of motion in this water. Yeah. Okay, right, I'm going to walk up over a bit more and maybe take a shot from the top, and then walk around the other side and take a high shot from up on a bank that's behind me, I think. Okay, right, go. yet again, things like this just can wind me right up. Why cannot people take their rubbish home with them? So that just dump there. Somebody come out and just thought, somebody else has sorted that out. Anyway, I will be picking it up and taking it with me and putting it in a bin where it belongs. Okay, so I'm taking this shot right from at the top. What I've done is I've got all this foliage here, or like it's actually a fallen tree and like a dead tree, and I'm shooting through it, and I don't want your eye to focus on that. So what I've done is open the aperture up on this lens is 4.5, so I've opened the aperture right up to 4.5, which will give me a nice shallow depth of field, and therefore I've done a focus right at the back on those rocks and the waterfall, so that will be in focus, and all this here in the foreground will be blurred out, so it shouldn't catch your eye in the scene. So it may work, it may not. It's not ideal, but I just thought I'd give it a try. Okay, that's that done. Okay, so I'm now directly above the waterfall. It's definitely the best angle is down in the bottom. So just focusing on that bit of a circle there. I've sort of set in this bit of a V here, using this leaves as a bit of a foreground, and then the waterfall going up over. So yeah, I think the better angles are certainly down in below and certain areas down there, but even so, this is quite a pleasant shot. Okay, so I think I've had a good look around this Greyfriars waterfall. I would imagine different water flows would certainly give you some different options there. Like I say, this morning it is actually quite nice. It's not too much water, but there's enough water. So I think I might definitely come back here again. Might bring my old mate Martin up. I think he'd probably enjoy this location. So now I'm going to walk up through back up through Greyfriars Wood and see if there's any woodland shots that catch my eye. Make my way back towards the van. Okay. Let's head on back up the hills. So back in the van, walked up through. To be honest, nothing really caught my eye with the conditions. Greyfriars Wood, photography wise, there probably are shots there, but given the current conditions, nothing was really jumping out at me. So I would imagine in the right conditions there would be. It's quite overgrown off the tracks, so nice for walks, nice for dog walking, plenty of dog walkers around. But the waterfall was the highlights of this morning. So got a few nice shots from down there, so well worth the trip. Okay, I'm going to head on home now. Thanks again for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed this week's video. And if you have, please hit that subscription button and the notification bell to keep up with all my latest content. And give the video a thumbs up. That would be much appreciated, as it does help with the video algorithms. And also drop me a comment down below. It's, as always, it's great to hear from you. So from Greyfriars, Greyfield Wood up in sort of Wells area, Bath area. I will put a map up at the beginning of the video, I expect. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take it easy.